Oh my god. What? That is. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. John is the one person that, I don't believe he's lacking for anything that he wants. Yes. Okay. So if I take tangent and I put a -2 and a +1. Okay, first thing is, where are my what do I want to call asymptotes? On the half pies. Anything I'm doing here, is it going to affect where my asymptotes are? No. So let me go ahead and put my asymptotes, since nothing is affecting my asymptotes.
So only if something's on the inside that affects it, right?
Yep. Only if there was something inside would it affect the asymptotes. Yep, we can do that. We can take the x-axis and make this 1. If that's 1, my amplitude is -2. So I need this to be 0 and this to be -1. 2, 3. Okay, so my 0 points would normally be at 0, but since I'm shifting it up 1, now they're going to be at 1. Okay, and normally I would have a point at -1 here and a point at 1 here, but my amplitude is -2. So now this point that's normally at 1, where's it going to be? Yeah, it's going to be down 2 instead. So it's going to be here. And this point that's normally down here is going to be all the way up here.
Oh, he put the 0 below, that's why.
Yeah, I changed my axis from 0 to 1 because my whole graph has shifted up 1.
You don't have to do that.
You don't have to do that, but you can. The -2 changes the amplitude. So instead of my graph going up 1 point, I'm shifting that to going down 2 points. Yeah, so the -1, instead of this point going down 1 point, I take that distance times -2. So now it's going up 2 points. So see, instead of this point over here going up 1, now this point is going to go down 2. Instead of this point going down 1, now it's going to go up 2. So the negative flips me over, and then the 2 tells me the distance. So -4 flips it. And then the 2 tells me the distance from my center. So it's telling me from my center I need to go up 2 or down 2. Most of your test is going to be graphing. Yep. Okay, this one is shifted down 5. So instead of labeling this 0, because I don't have enough room to shift my entire thing down 5, so instead of labeling this 0, I'm going to label this -5. So this is going to be -5, and then this mark up here, I'm going to label this -4, and this -6. So I did that just to conserve space, because I don't have enough space to move my entire graph down 5. Okay, I'm going to make these marks, but I'm not going to label them because my period's going to change. How do I know that my period is going to change? Yeah, because of this number right here. That means my period is going to change. It's not shifting though. So since it's not shifting, I know with cotangent that my asymptotes go right here and right here and here. And that these points are zeros. And that cotangent goes downwards. Now I can do all this because the only thing that changed is the period. The period does not affect any of this. It affects my spacing, which is how my marks are labeled. So I just need to go back in and relabel my marks. It's because it's cotangent. This is how cotangent looks. It's exactly a negative tangent shifted pi over 2. Okay, so period. Period is 2 pi divided by b. So that means that this 2 pi mark here is 2 pi over 3. So to get my count by marks, I take that 2 pi over 3 and I divide that by 4, which is the same thing as taking it times 1/4. So that's going to be pi over 6. So that means this is pi over 6. This is negative pi over 6. It's going to be negative pi over 3, pi over 3. Oh, I labeled the wrong mark. That shouldn't be 2 pi over 3. This should be 2 pi over 3. Yeah. It has to do with the fact that it's easier to explain it with the not trig. but it has to do with the fact that you're taking your x value times a number, so things are occurring quicker. So it shrinks down how quickly things happen in your graph. Yeah, so it's shrinking your graph down like that. Okay, this is taking longer than I thought. If we don't get done, we can finish up a couple of these tomorrow. I just want to make sure that you guys are okay with these. Okay, so what is this one going to look like? Again, with these, I can show you this too. With these, if you're not understanding or if it's easier for you, you could graph this. You can graph that and then flip it. It would work exactly the same. If you graph this function and then flip it.
So if you just graph the first three and then we're just do the reciprocal of it, you don't really have to.
You could, yes. So here, I don't know, which way do you want me to graph it? Do you want me to graph cosecant or do you want me to graph sine? Okay. Okay, so graphing sine. Okay, my period is going to change. Also, this has a negative in front of it. So let me go ahead and graph a little bit of this. I'm not going to label this because my period is going to change. Huh? It's all of them. I just changed the period with the cotangent on the one above. Yes, it's whenever the thing is inside the parentheses in front of the x. Okay, now, since the amplitude is negative, instead of going up to 1 first, I'm going to go down to negative 1. Oops, that should be there. Okay, so I have that. I can do the period now. So the period is 2 pi divided by pi, which is 2, which means I count by 2 divided by 4, which is 1/2. So that means my marks are 1/2, 1, 3/2, 2. Negative 1/2, negative 1. Okay, so then to get cosecant, all I need to do is flip my sign inside out. So what do all my zeros become? Asymptotes.
So with or we work on today, they all have to have asymptotes.
Yep, all of them today have asymptotes.
When we do this, do we have like can we literally do the dotted line thing for the other ones and just not erase it?
What do you mean?
Like on the test or whatever, can we do the sign and just flip it and have it like a dotted line so now it's not there?
Yeah. So there's my answer. So So again, I could have graphed cosecant. I could have graphed the cosecant as a negative cosecant because cosecant is originally up here. I could have just done negative and flipped it over and then changed my period. That would have worked too. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and stop today. We can do the last two tomorrow. And then tomorrow again will be work time. I'll just do the last two real quick tomorrow. Here, let me give you the assignment. Just a second. Let me get it situated. Oh my god, go order your stupid.
They're not stupid. They're delicious. People made bad reviews because they didn't get wings and their food took longer. It's like they're called wings and things, not things and wings. So get some wings and then you can write your review and say, I'm never going back.